What's in a name? It's legacy, it's history, it's respect. And this season, names become legend. This is passion, this is power, this is our culture. This is Newcastle, Bristol, Caledonia, Sheffield, Plymouth, London, Manchester, Surrey, Cheshire, Leicester. This is basketball. So know our passion, our power, our culture, know our name.
Good evening and welcome to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Bellevue, Manchester for tonight's BBL action between the Manchester Giants and the Caledonian Gladiators. First time, of course, the Caledonian Gladiators had been here. New name, new team largely, but similar coach. And you had the chance to talk to people earlier on, but I mean, who do you think will be the key people in this, Jason?
Well, Gareth Murray himself, you know, being the coach and being an ex-player and a fine player at that one, Dave. I mean, let's drop that in first and foremost. But yeah, the Caledonian Gladiators are moving in a different direction. Seems much more professional as you walk around. Seems that the guys are all more engaged. And Fraser Malcolm has been a big player for me this year. You know, Johnny Bunyan can hurt you at different times, but Fraser Malcolm has stepped up his game from last year. And I think besides Princeton Onwas, you know, another player such as Oscar Baldwin, who is a young player and may come in and play a few minutes, Patrick Tepe and David Sloan. Fraser Malcolm is the guy for me that's the X factor. He's the guy that can turn this game in different ways. So I'm looking forward to seeing him play tonight. Yeah,
I mean, the two to me who I'm really keen to see are Jeremiah Bailey and Jordan Burns. Jordan came in a little bit after the start of the season, played a couple of games over in Poland and then came in to fill a gap. And I don't know whether there'll be any needle in it, but of course his highest score was against Green Bay, which of course Ramon Fletcher's former team.
Yeah, and Ramon Fletcher won't really enjoy hearing that, that's for sure. But, you know, Jeremiah Bailey, who's had experience with UC Davis, he had a great college career and he's bringing that over here and he's playing exceptionally well. Speaking to guys before the game, he's been a major plus for this Caledonia Gladiators team.
And Giants, I mean, good to see William Lee back on the court.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, 2 months, maybe 3 months now he's been out. Let's not go too fast. You know, you crawl before you walk. And, you know, William Lee will be more than happy to get back out here and looking at him warm up. He'll be ready to go and he's all smiles. But, you know, credit to him how he's behaved off the court. He's been great in practice. Speaking to Nigel Lloyd, he's been a rock for some of these players, and just his presence will help, but let's give him some time too.
Okay, you were able to talk to the coaches earlier on. Let's see if we can hear what some of them either of them had to say.
I have Gareth Murray, Scottish legend, basketball player, now coach of the Caledonia Gladiators. How's this season going, Gareth? A lot of changes for you. How do you see the season going?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in how the season's going so far. I'm pleased. We've had some ups and downs in terms of we got to semi-final of the Cup. We've had some games on the road away early that we lost that we probably shouldn't have. But in terms of overall growth of the club and the growth of the team, I'm very happy right now.
And we were speaking earlier, and there's a pack of teams right in the middle of the league, and you sit just above Manchester. How important is that for tonight's game?
Yeah, it's important. We lost one last week to Newcastle. It's important for us now to be back on the road, try to beat a team that's right below us, that's chasing us, try to creep up and get to that top 4 spot again. So it's a big game for us tonight.
And anyone who knows BBL basketball has always been fortunate enough to see you play, and you were an excellent player in your day. And this is the first year which, you know, the sneakers are off, and now you're coaching. How's that going? Is it a better feel for you?
Yeah, I thought it was the right time for me. It was a very tough job. I think now I can really focus on the coach and get the best out of the players. Not sweating the timeouts. I can breathe. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
And it's always great to see you. I'll know you do well throughout the season. Good job, Gareth.
I have to say his beard's a little bit better than yours, but some fine beards on show here tonight, aren't there?
And it's amazing, Dave, how we're here to talk basketball, and yet how many people have seen us both stood there and said, oh yeah, those guys, your beard is better than his. So yeah, very funny point. But going back to the player coach thing that he did last year. I thought he did a very fine job, and there's not many that have done that. We look, Fab Flournoy, the Newcastle Eagles, did a tremendous job in doing it, and also the assistant coach of the Giants tonight, Nigel Lloyd, had his spell at different clubs where he was player coach, and very difficult to be both. And hats off to Gareth, and I'm sure wearing a suit, he's much more comfortable on the sidelines giving out orders than being on court in his uniform.
I guess he must be spending some time actually on the court during training sessions with the players, and I wonder if he was tempted to sort of just don the kit once more with the injury to Alistair Fraser.
I don't think so, and the reason I'm saying that is because of how much he achieved during his playing days. A legend in Scotland, and also a great player in his own right, was able to create his own shot, was able to shoot from outside, and once you've achieved all those things and it's time to step down, you do that with dignity, and I can only imagine that he's done that. I can't imagine he's a guy that wants to get out there and play 5-on-5 with the guys. I think he's comfortable in what he's doing now, and I'm sure he'll do a very good job with this Caledonia Gladiators.
You commentated when you were talking to Gareth that a very close pack in the bottom to middle of the league table. Glasgow with one more win than Giants. If Giants win today, they go above them. Glasgow currently, I think, in 5th position. Must have been a good victory as far as Vince was concerned on Sunday, and a close victory, wasn't it? A 2-point win, perhaps a little bit too close. What did Vince have to say tonight?
I'm with Vince McCauley of the Manchester Giants, and we've all come down from Sunday's great game against the Newcastle Eagles. What a fantastic result for the Giants that was. What's in store for this one tonight?
Well, it's tough to say, Jason. It's really tough to say. I've been saying this all year. The BBL is a hell of a tough league. Last week it was the best scorer in the league in Javion Hamlet. We've got another stick of dynamite here in Sloan that we've got to deal with. So we know that every game has to be played hard, whether it's offensively, defensively, as long as you can come out 1 point on top.
And we know this league, as you mentioned, is scattered with talent. And one of the talents back for tonight is the General, and that's the General Lee. It's William Lee. And he's back on board tonight. First game back, we don't expect too much, but how do you see him fitting back into play after a long absence?
Well, that's going to be the challenge for us, is now getting used to playing with him. Took us a couple of games to adjust to playing without him, obviously, because of his contributions. It's going to take us a little bit to slot him in as well here. I think the point is for him not to try too hard, hit the open jump shot, rebound when he can, move the ball, and we'll try and stay in our systems.
Okay, and the fans played a big part in the win again on Sunday, and it seems to be that this place has been rocking at times. How pleased are you with how the city has taken on board the Manchester Giants?
You know what, it's no joke. I have been stunned by the fans of the Manchester Giants. Quite clearly, head and shoulders the best fans in the league. The noise in this building when they're up for it is incredible. And there's no doubt, in those games where we've been short-handed, they've gotten us over the line.
As always, a great coach and also an even better gentleman. Thanks for your time, Vince, and good luck for the game ahead.
Thank you.
Interesting to see that Giants, 7 wins, 5 of them at home. Glasgow, 8 wins, only 2 away.
Yeah, and winning this league involves you winning games both home and away. The good teams win at home, they build a fortress. However, the great teams, as Leicester have shown, and this year the London Lions, away from home have also been dominant. You're going to slip up in a few games because of the talent of the league, but at the end of the day, you're going to win plenty of away games to make it worth and protect home court.
Yeah, I mean, Glasgow, I keep referring to him as Caledonia.
And I did too.
Yeah, haven't actually won away since the 29th of October.
Yeah, and it's been tough, and I think that's where they're at right now. Let's not forget how many new guys have they had. They're missing Ali Fraser, who's a bigness to me, but they've got so many new guys within this team, and winning away is often to do with culture. It's often to do with digging deep and looking at each other and knowing you only build that during an amount of time, and I think those wins will come for both of these teams, for both Manchester and the Caledonian Gladiators, not the Glasgow team, which I've been trying to get away from saying, Dave.
Do we have the team sheets? Can we put those up on the screen? The roster. Thank you very much. As you say, still only 9 on the Giants squad, but having William Lee back certainly adds an awful lot of strength to them potentially. Now, whether he takes it easy, I think the problem is sometimes when you take it easy, then you can get yourself injured, can't you?
Yeah, there's no way he's going to take it easy. As a player, you know, coming back from injury, you want to play, and if you notice his body language right now, he's popping, he's ready for this game to go ahead. The thing is, how will he fit into this team? Because although he's a talented basketball player, he's a team-first guy. And, you know, guys like Ramon Fletcher have been playing exceptionally well. Taj Green, who's been having a good season. Callum Jones, who came in and provided good minutes. William Lee is no different than any other player. He has to fit into this ball club, and I'm sure he will do.
Quite a few youngsters on the Glasgow squad, on the roster anyway. 3 of them not playing today, but Oscar Baldwin moved from Sheffield up to university, I presume, in Glasgow, and getting quite a little bit of court time in the last few weeks.
He did, and at 6'11", you know, his opportunity will come, and, you know, he's very versatile. He can move well for his size. You know, he rebounds pretty well, and they're limited, but he'll be grateful of any minutes that come his way, and, you know, playing at a good time in the BBL. So young guys like that in the next few years, as this BBL keeps gaining momentum, you know, it's exciting time for them. So good luck to Oscar Baldwin.
And from a youngster, good to see Johnny Bunyan still playing. What's this, his 14th year perhaps?
And speaking to him earlier, Dave, he's not that old. So, you know, he's in his 14th year, and it seems like he's been playing here since he was like, I joked with him, since he's like 10 years old. But he's one of those guys that you can't sleep on. He's proven to have come into this building and hurt the Giants before, you know, not missing on three-point shots. And he's a great weapon and a massive insurance policy to have for the Caledonia Gladiators.
Yes, as you say, he's hurt Giants on more than one occasion over the last few years, whether it be in the Cup up in Glasgow or down here on the home court of the Giants. Fraser Malcolm, as you say, is also come on leaps and bounds, I think, hasn't he? Part of the Commonwealth 3-on-3 squad. And that was actually his second appearance in the Commonwealth Games. You've got to remember, he played in Australia, didn't he?
He did, and this summer will have done him no end of good. But I think as a player, sometimes you just have to feel like you belong. And Fraser Malcolm was in and out of the lineup last year in terms of the start as he played. Didn't really get the feel of how good he can be. And this year, I think he just has a feeling of belonging and knows that, you know, in his mid-20s, in this time of his life, he's really happy with how he's doing. Speaking to him before the game, seems in a good place, and a lot of the time it's just a mental thing, and Fraser Malcolm's brought the energy and brought some good performances already this year.
So, starting fives for each team. I don't suppose we'll see... we will see William Lee out there. I was going to say I didn't think we would see William starting, but he is doing, according to the information we've just been given. Taj Green, Dirk Williams, Anthony Roberson and Ramon Fletcher. Anthony Robeson's really stepped up, hasn't he, in Lee's absence on the defensive job.
He has, and I love the learning process that each basketball player is on. And Anthony Roberson displayed that in Sunday's game against Newcastle. The game before against Leicester at home, where we felt like the Giants should have taken that game. Anthony Roberson wasn't at his best towards the end, but you always move on and look forward, and against Newcastle he was superb. Made smart decisions down the end, played some excellent basketball, always athletic, always involved in various points of the game. Its fingerprints were all over that one, and Anthony Roberson was a major plus in the last game.
For the Gladiators, Sloan and Bailey, the starting guards. Jimenez and Onwas as well. And, of course, Patrick Tape. little bit of shirt tucking in before we can start. And Gladiators have the ball.
And mano a mano as Taj Green and Patrick Tappe both go and try get that basketball. First win to Patrick Tappe, but a great block on defense by the Giants. William Lee wastes no time in getting going, and yeah, it was a shock, Dave, seeing him start, but you know that's how much value he has in this league.
It's a little bit of a scrappy start.
Chance for the Gladiators to run something out of bounds and get a good look to see if they can get on the board early on in this one. Giants going back to a 2-3 zone out of bounds, something we haven't seen much of the Giants do, as Onwas will tell you to get out of that zone as he fires it down, but they've gone back to that 2-3 zone, Dave.
Onwas not afraid to put the 3 points. Oh, an unusual miss by Fletcher.
I think Ramon was surprised how open he was. He drove right, and Sloan guarding him was exceptionally quick as we see the 3 by Onwas, but Ramon Fletcher seemed to be surprised he was that open, and the basket just appeared, and Taj Green mopping up and earns himself a trip to the charity stripe.
First, Taj Green averaging 20 points on the season.
2 from 2.
Second free throw goes to Taj Green. Giants close the gap to 1. Let's hear you on defense.
Sloan going right. Bailey inside.
Beautiful catch by Bailey, and Patrick Tappe and Bailey right there on the same page. Lovely high-low by the big fellas.
Fletcher able to find Green down, in and out.
I like the shot by Taj Green. The reason I like it is I like him to come out and be assertive. He can do more of that knowing that William Lee has his back defensively, and he's able to concentrate on other areas again. Beautiful pass as Bailey returns the favour to Tappe.
Lee for 3.
A nice pass by Taj Green as he was double low in the block and able to see the goggles and kick that ball out to William Lee. Beautiful play.
Matched at the other end. Onwas with his second 3. Williams. Chance to get 3 the old-fashioned way.
And it's a beautiful move by Dirk Williams with a little in-between game as he can't get all the way to the bucket but floats that ball. And how smooth has Dirk Williams been in these last few games. Princeton Onwas with the last bucket. A talented basketball player, spent time with the Westchester Knicks, you know, which are the little baby brother club of the New York Knicks, and anyone knows time in the G League means you have game. Oh, nice play, nice play.
Strong defense from Robertson, and then all the way to the basket.
Yeah, and both a steal and a layup, and that's the little things that Robertson will bring as Giants. I was going to say dodge a bullet, and Bailey gets that one to fall. But this is what Taj Green has done well all year. He's run the floor all year.
Always looking for the quick outlet pass, and many a time been found.
And that's a call, Dave, we've seen time and time again. Me and you have discussed this over the weeks before this, that moving screen has become just a staple of the referees to call, and you know, Gareth Murray talking to the ref, he can't really complain that that's been a consistent call in the BBL all year so far.
Giants. Here's Fletcher. Immediately fouled by Oscar Baldwin.
Oscar Baldwin jumping out there on Ramon Fletcher, and Ramon Fletcher reminding him that dribbling the basketball at that area of the court is his office.
Finds Fletcher. Fletcher working the mismatch. Finds
Fletcher finds Green. Can't get the shot off.
Good defense from the Gladiators. They return to possession. Here's Bailey. Bailey trying to baseline pass inside. Out to Jimenez in the corner. Quick hands by William Lee. Boom. Retains possession. Jimenez
This time the three not dropping.
Yeah, and that's not the shot the Gladiators wanted, as Ramon Fletcher will kick it, and that's what good one for Roberson. But that's not the shot the Gladiators wanted before. Going back, sometimes be unselfish by being selfish, and they had good looks in Baldwin, and then Jimenez at an open look, and at this level, you have to take those ones, Dave. They're good shots.
And that three gave Giants their first lead of the game.
And we've seen that play consistently, Dave. Ramon Fletcher kicking it out. You know,
Usually finding Williams in the corner there, but we know Roberson could do it just as well.
You're exactly right, but Roberson is, you know, he's more trusted now. You know, he's able to make shots and he's coming into his own. You're exactly right in what you said about him earlier.
Ties the game.
Dirk Williams moving across the point and letting Ramon Fletcher take a little bit of a rest off the ball, and no doubt Ramon will have the main responsibility when it gets to the business end of this game. A beautiful play, unlucky.
Nice turnaround.
Yeah, and good defense by Ramon Fletcher to interrupt that, and Giants just can't catch a break on the defense. A beautiful move by Dirk Williams.
Glides to the right.
And he did just that like a gazelle in the open court as he went right and kissed that ball off the glass. Beautiful play by Dirk.
Sloan. This time the three not dropping again. Jimenez.
Tough break for the Giants, but just thinking, so many teams run those dribble handoffs to the wing, and so many explosive guys coming off that kind of semi-ball screen, and so effective as Taj Green comes up blank with a hook shot. A little bit of a heat check by Jimenez as he just made one and wanted that one to get himself going.
Williams finding space again, but not dropping. Bailey able to get his own rebound.
Nice play by Omwas, a beautiful pass.
And another three.
And Bailey's already putting himself a nice little game together as he's either assisting players or scoring himself.
Fletcher puts up the three. Doesn't go. Foul is called against Anthony Roberson.
And no problems for me with that foul. You know, we spoke about Roberson's decision making, and one of the decisions that he has done, as we see Omwas kick that ball beautifully to the corner. But Roberson has made better decisions, and him going after that basketball is no problem whatsoever. You'll take those fouls all day as he's being aggressive, and he's playing well right now.
William Lee replaced by legend Robertson.
You think William Lee's a little bit gassed, Dave? You know, been off the court for a while, has played nearly 7 minutes there. Oh, beautiful pass, and another great pass.
Onwas in the corner.
I mean, it reminded me of the San Antonio Spurs, you know, back 5 or 6 years ago, where maybe longer, where Tim Duncan used to catch that ball going down the middle, kick it to a Mano Ginobili or a Tony Parker. But beautiful play there and a nice pass, especially by I think it was Bailey or Onwas. Beautiful play.
Again, not dropping for the Giants. Bailey losing control of the ball.
And Taj Green's defense was excellent as he moved his feet and cut off Bailey there. But Gladiators seem to be moving that basketball and making extra passes, which seems to be the difference right now. They're getting penetration and kickouts, and they're playing their game, and this team is for real, Caledonia Gladiators.
Again, the hook shot not working.
And there you see the extra pass, beautiful extra passes. Onwas turns around and wanted that one to go in, but he tried to Steph Curry's right here and turn around, and the ball just didn't go down.
Robertson fouled.
And to me, Dave, this is a big deal right now. Legend Robertson has the size over Baldwin and has the power. But right there, he just caught the ball off the block a little bit. He allowed Baldwin just to move himself off the block, and if Legend Robertson can sit down and catch that ball nearer to the bucket, it's game over. And let's see if he can do that, as these Manchester Giants look to claw their way back into this one in the first quarter.
It's both of the Gladiators' big men now with 2 fouls, Baldwin and Tape.
Right there you can see he just...
Sorry, Tape.
You're okay, David. Right there you can see that, you know, Robertson, just moved himself off the block. Oh, it's a beautiful play. And it's a smart play as well, as, you know, Legend Robertson, who can block shots, came over and did neither. Neither took a charge or blocked a shot as he goes out, and, you know, Onwas sought that contact and get down one. Smart play by Princeton Onwas.
William Lee replacing Green. Lead up to 11. Once again, a high-scoring first quarter against the Giants.
It's a great move, and it's a nice move. Kissing the ball off the glass with his left, and Dirk Williams is one guy that we saw the other day needs to get going. As nice ball fake by Onwas.
Hand on it from Williams.
Yeah, and both offensively and defensively, Dirk Williams coming up big, and let's see if he can splash that one. And he does.
Shake, rattle and roll, but found its way in.
Friendly roll and the touch of a midwife, Dave, on that play. So that ball rattled around and just went down, as you see the replay, and Dirk Williams, he's rolling. It's 10 points already for Dirk Williams.
Burns.
Yeah, and he's a guy who'll make you pay, as Ramon Fletcher just etched across to help on the drive against Sloan, and Burns made him pay.
First points of the evening. Williams Losing her hand. Sloan finds the pass off to Malcolm, who's come into the game.
Baldwin shot that basketball like a guard, so speaking about his versatility in the pre-game, he can go inside. He's guarding legend Roberton right now, but he also can step out and make the three. Valuable weapon, and a great shot by the Gladiators to look to end this quarter.
Yeah, hadn't taken a three before this season. So we finished the first quarter with the Gladiators up by 10, 25-35, leading the way for the Gladiators. Onwas with 14, and for the Giants, Williams with 10. And what we see, looking at the scoring, you have an awful lot of scoring potential on the Gladiators, don't you? And an awful lot of threes coming in.
But as we see on the replays right now, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of extra passes. So the passing has been exceptional by the Gladiators. They're all on the same page. You know, and speaking to Coach Murray before the game, these guys are practicing well together. So this all comes from practice. You know, you see Tape lay that basketball in. You know, and William Lee gets the open jump shot there. But for me, the Caledonia Gladiators have moved this basketball and got open shots. And when they've been feeling it, Princeton Onwas has been all involved.
Yeah, eight 3-pointers from the Gladiators. We've seen before that teams have come out hot down here in Bellevue, and perhaps they've not been able to keep it up all game. But equally, Giants, what are their hits? 4 from 5 from 3-point range. No, sorry, 3 from 6.
And me and you were talking about protecting home court earlier, Dave, and the records these two teams have and winning from home. However, as an away team, when you come into this building in Manchester, and there are other arenas like that are nice to play in, sight lines are good on the rings, you know, it's a nice feel. It feels like a nice place to play, and as a opposing team coming in, that sometimes gives you a little bit more energy, as it's a nice feel to the arena. So maybe they make it less nice there for opposing teams coming in.
So Giants to get us in the way in this second quarter. Nick Lewis come into the game.
Beautiful shot. Nick Lewis just got caught with a trip, and hopefully Burns is okay, which it looks like he is. But going back to Dirk Williams, he just sized that one up and fired it right between the eyes. Dirk Williams is rolling.
Let's hear you on defense.
3-pointers continue.
And if those are going to go down, it's going to be a long night, as Sloan chucked that one up and got a nice bounce off the glass. It's a beautiful play by Fletcher as his sneakers squeaked on the hardwood and he pulled up and buried that one. Wow.
Burns for 3 more.
And once again, the extra pass by Sloan was the difference. You know, there's a big difference now as Fletcher can get it done and Roberson picks up the pieces, but everything is earned by the Giants right now as Caledonia seem to be dancing off these screens and making one pass for an open jump shot. Always seems to be another guy. Right now it's Sloan. And there's the extra pass again, and Caledonia right now are playing some beautiful basketball. Any purist watching this game will appreciate how they're sharing the ball and playing as a team. The Giants, conversely, go back to one pass and one shot.
So Caledonia on, well, 45 now, but 30 of those from 3 points.
And it's a clinic. I mean, Princeton, Onwas, Jeremiah Bailey and co. putting on the display right here on how to pass this basketball. Sloan is conducting traffic and running this team well, but right now, these Caledonian Gladiators are for real. And there's your big man, a little boom, that one. There's your big man with the Steelers. You know, Oscar Baldwin, as you said earlier, coming over from Sheffield, and you know, they would love to have him back right now.
Fletcher just looking for options. Robertson. Charging foul called.
And I love the play by Sloan. Only on 5 points, and when I say only, it's not a detriment to him as he goes out and Johnny Bunyan comes in, but willing to pass the ball, willing to do the things on defense. There's a winning culture being built in Scotland right now, as Johnny Bunyan knows all about that as he comes in and he's the insurance policy off the bench.
Well, wholesale changes on the Gladiator side. Malcolm in, Bunyan in. Not sure who the third one was. And for the Giants, you have Jones in and Green.
Oh, beautiful play, unlucky. And it's a great play, and he gets Taj Green going, and smart play by William Lee. Could have shot that ball, and the Giants have been doing that one pass, one shot. He elects to throw the ball to his buddy Taj Green. Nice, smart play by the Giants. Callum Jones getting his hands there and disrupting things, and Taj Green the beneficiary with the rebound as Dirk Williams will dance off this ball screen. Unlucky, as it should have been caught by Taj Green, and easy layup here for Malcolm as he dunks that one through. And 3 Gladiators down court against 1 Giant.
Lewis was the hot hand on Sunday.
He was the hot hand, and that's a killer shot as he stays hot, but I suppose you could argue that guys like that are valuable to keep you in these games, and 10 is not a big deficit, but the Manchester Giants have not yet got going, Dave, in terms of moving this ball around and getting easier shots. Everyone seems to be a tough contested one. Can Nick Lewis make those? Yes, of course he can. However, you would like to see the ball moved a little bit, like the play to Taj Green the play before.
So 49 points from the Gladiators in just less than 15 minutes. I know Vince has always said that defence isn't what he's completely worried about. So long as you score 1 more point than the opposition, that's the most important thing. But it does make it harder when you're conceding so many threes and so many points.
It does, and the replay will show you that most of the Giants' buckets are contested. The ones for Caledonia, this one's a rare one, but the ones for Caledonia are not contested. They're open ones, they're layups, as we see this one. You know, an open dunk for Fraser Malcolm. And these ones are easy buckets. And the Gladiators have engineered that, and fair play to them. You can only commend them for doing that. But you know, Manchester will need to get that ball moving and get some easy buckets. But you're right, 3-pointers have been raining for the guys in blue.
Offensive foul is called against the Gladiators.
See that call right there, Dave, a cross screen and an offensive foul by a guard. Anyone who remembers the Utah Jazz playing in the 90s, players like John Stockton and Hornacek, they would have been done. They would have fouled out, as their screens were always moving and always on point to guys like Karl Malone.
Jordan Burns' first foul. William Lee.
And like I said earlier, we can't expect William Lee to come out here and get 30 on his return. Even he's human. Let him feel his way back into this one, and he's doing all the right things.
Onwas kicks over. Skip pass.
Once again, a beautiful pass. How good have they been at that? Beat your man and then expect the help and dish to the open guy.
Green with the rebound.
And that's what the Giants will be hoping happens, that Caledonia dribble the ball and force up a shot. Nice extra pass by Taj Green. And there he is. And that all comes, Dave, from the previous 3 or 4 plays. He's been smart, taken the open shots, moved the basketball when needed, and now he's in rhythm and he makes an open shot. Nice shot by the General Lee.
Second three-pointer. Again, good ball movement.
Wow.
Bunyan with his first 3.
He's that guy. He's like that annoying kid in class that just keeps annoying you. And everything the Giants have done on defense, Johnny Bunyan just comes up and nails one.
Burns drives in, but too many hands in the way.
And it was a good job of Taj Green able to not foul and still come up with a rebound and going coast to coast. There's handles by Taj Green.
Onwas.
And this is playing right into the Giants' hands. Gladiators standing around and shooting that ball, and Giants unfortunately doing the same thing.
Ramon Fletcher picking up his first foul.
So in terms of the Manchester Giants winning this ball game, if that ball starts moving, they're in a position right now to catch up with this Gladiators team going into half-time. They can make shots. They have the weapons to do it. Conversely, the Gladiators have just gone out of their style of play by holding the basketball and standing around. Maybe a little bit of tiredness going in towards the second half, but both teams, for me, the recipe should be, let's keep that ball moving.
Giants. Nicholas Lewis. Jones.
A little bit more movement from the Giants this time. I think Taj Green was expecting the shot from Lee rather than the pass inside.
Yeah, he was, and he got inside position too, so he fought his way to get a good rebounding position, and both him and William Lee just talk about that and move on to the next play, and not often you see that play from those guys. They're normally on the same page.
Bunyan with a foot out of court.
How many times do we see that? It infuriates me, Dave. How do you... I think it's because guys fall in love with the three-point line, but every game 2 or 3 times a guy must step out of bounds.
And as we've said, I mean,
I don't get it.
you've played in courts where there are multiple lines, and there certainly aren't a big blue line around the edge of the courts, and you probably didn't step out as many times as we see in.
Honestly, in a season, and Onwas goes down, and we hope he's okay. It looks like he is, and I don't want to speculate, but going back to that, I remember having, 1 turnover, 2 turnovers a whole season by stepping out of bounds.
Yeah.
It seems that some guys have 1 or 2 during the game, and then my bad, and let's move on. I don't think I could coach, Dave. I think it would infuriate me.
Off balance and then a fall as he was trying to regain the balance, I think.
Yeah, and
he's looking all right.
He had a notion of passing that ball and then decided otherwise, and that's what caused the turnover. Sloan thought that should have been his basketballs. Aggressively, once again, we see the Gladiators getting in the passing lanes and nearly disrupted the ball going to Dirk Williams there. That could have been Caledonia ball.
Certainly would have been possible to see from where the referees were. And we're right in front, and I couldn't guarantee whose that was.
Well, we could say that Roberson forced that one with his left, but credit to the defense. 3 blue jerseys inside the key as he drove the paint. Oh, nice move by Onwas, and this guy can play. Here's another guy that can play in and out with the dunk, but
Well, I think that could have been one of 3 calls, and I'm not sure.
I'm not a referee, but I'm also not sure about the travel. And Gareth Murray, I know I'm not sure because Gareth Murray argues calls, but on the side he's laughing, so you can tell that might not have been a good one. But hey, let's move on. As we see on screen, a meeting of the beards as the two coaches talk, and both trying to calm each other down and talk strategy. And that's also a benefit for Gareth Murray as he's coaching, because when you're playing, your heart rate is up, your intensity level is up. So having to also coach, leads to more frustration as well, and he's able to concentrate on not only his players but also himself. And donning a suit and shoes has definitely been to this Caledonia basketball team's advantages. Gareth Murray leading the way.
Baldwin now with 3 fouls, so he's sat down. Played good minutes, played over 12 minutes.
Certain guys use up fouls quick, Dave, and Baldwin's one of those guys. And yes, a lot of fouls quickly, but he's been great. Nice move by Fletcher. When he caught that basketball, you could see that he smelt blood and had Johnny Bunyan on his heels. Johnny Bunyan not as quick as Ramon Fletcher and reach for that basketball, which is something you don't see. I'll look for Bailey or Onwas to be involved in this play as Sloan will come off this screen and try get this ball back to one of them. No, he goes all the way, and great defense by William Lee. And what a pass, and Taj Green unlucky with the play.
Well, no foul call. Taj Green goes to the locker room without querying it.
He does.
So 7-point lead for the Gladiators at the end of the half. So slight improvement from the Giants.
you know, this game is played in a very contested manner. These teams, as you say, could leapfrog each other at the end of today, but you know, sportsmanship on display and the professionalism has also been there. We see this last play as Taj Green catches this ball, goes down, thought he had a foul, was a little bit heated, but the sportsmanship from Bailey and Onwas around him, picking him up, and respect all round by these guys that are playing exceptionally hard.
Yeah, I'd be happy with the foul not being called there. I think he was off balance and was just leaning forward and fell over.
Yes.
So, 55 points from the Gladiators, led by Onwas with 14 and Bailey with 11 for the Giants. Williams with 13. Just looking at the stats, 11 three-pointers from Caledonia, shooting 61% from outside the arc compared to just 42% inside.
Yeah, and the way they've moved the basketball has allowed them to step into rhythm, practice-like shots, because they've always had somebody open, they've always made the extra pass. But I feel both teams will be fairly happy, and the reason I'm saying that is that the Gladiators have amassed 55 points away from home, but also the General Lee has found his way gradually back into this game. So the Giants only 7 points down, and with one of their star players now having a half and having his second wind under his belt. So
yeah, I mean,
both coaches will be happy.
Biggest lead of the half was 15 points, so they've basically cut that in half. They'll be relatively pleased to have done that and to extend some of the scoring, the free flow scoring that we've seen. 35 points from the Caledonian Gladiators in that first quarter, but only 20 in the second quarter. So big improvements in terms of a bit more contested shooting and a bit more intensity in the defence from the Giants. So we'll just take a little break, and we hope you join us for second half action in about 10 minutes' time.
Also played for Tug Telecom, who's currently a rival in the Euro Cup with the London Lions. I mean, the Tug, well, Caboza goes in. Are you serious? Well, somebody show me the replay of that one.
You just see the level of devotion
what
from
do we have
home and away fans.
That's a good question.
We're developing that here in the BBL.
See, another spin move. Oh! Off balance! Future, non-British players to come here and play. You can't do this now. Backdoor as Antonio Williams with a one-handed jam. And just says, bring it.
The thing is, London Lions aren't undefeated.
Really it is. That picks up the rebound, gives it to Sloan, who's off to the races. Oh, but French comes back in defence and blocks them from behind. Superb defensive play by Hassan French. We might still see them.
Jamal shot. Oh, what a play!
Nice pass. Good
Jamal
look.
Anderson.
Leslie Smith kicks out to Mayhan. 3 from the corner doesn't go. Big leap again by Bell, and we're away in the races. Kendrick Bell, 2-hand slam, brings the Pavilions to its feet.
You want to go stop the ball, make it pick it up. Gave it to half court. Decker almost loses it, steps back, takes the 3. What a shot! It's a long 2 for Sam Decker on the buzzer.
Get out to an early lead and 30 points on a Riders team who are really good at defending in this building in particular.
He'll know what it takes to get this done. As Kennedy will boom that one. Ooh.
So let's have a look to see if we can see anything better.
Nelson there, just better offense.
Well, the elevation on Antonio, well, there's the alley-oop. Look out. Oh, baby, are you serious? Come to the combo box. Take travel insurance. Sham Airlines. We've got turbulence.
Welcome to the British Basketball League. Teams up and down the country compete against each other to be crowned British Basketball League champions. We're here to break it down for you, so let's get to it. Each team can have 5 players on the court at any one time, but can sub players on and off throughout the match. Players can shoot for 2 points by attempting a shot from within the 3-point line, or go for 3 points by shooting outside the 3-point line. Free throws are worth 1 point each, and these are shot from the free throw line. Each basketball game is made up of 4 10-minute quarters and can never end in a draw. If the teams are equal on points at the final whistle, we go to overtime. Any fouls or violation of the rules results in possession of the ball being turned over to the opposing team. The attacking team has 24 seconds to take a shot, otherwise a shot clock violation will occur. Once the offensive team crosses the center court line, they cannot go back into their own half. Doing so will result in a backcourt violation. To move the ball around the court, players can pass or dribble. And if a player stops dribbling, they can't just start up again. Doing so would result in a double dribble violation. Traveling is another violation that could see your team turn over possession. This happens when players move with the ball but without dribbling. The only exceptions to this are pivoting with the ball upon possession or taking 2 steps after dribbling. Now lace up your sneakers, take to the court, or come join us in the crowd. This is the British Basketball League. Know our name.
Get off to off the ball first. As Soko right down the middle to the crushing.
Evans, nice. Oh my goodness! Thrown into the bleachers by French.
He came across quickly and just slaps the ball out of the air. Wow.
Eugenie puts it up. Doesn't go. Will Neighbour, big man who knows something about dribbles first. Oh my goodness! The man Jam Aliu Gordon. Again, Flyers can't convert. And this time is rebounded by Bailey. Here's Sloan off to the races. What a move by David Sloan!
Reach from miles out. Hits the 3!
Goodness me, that's unguardable. Easy has it pulling up there. Wow, 11 points first.
Somehow Washington gets it away. London scrambling for it. Oh, he's into the seas. Kufos running the break. Throws it up to Nelson. Oh, what a finish from Luke Nelson.
Incredible. But boy, was that pass on the money. A beautiful reverse layup from Luke Nelson.
Well, he still had work to do, Nelson, from that catch.
Isn't it supposed to be in reverse order? You don't usually see.
Good hands from Fletcher to steal that away from Walker. But it's turned right back over. Peel almost gets. Oh my! What a way to get to double-figure assists for Gino Cran.
Bit of pass the parcel there. Exchange of possessions, but finally.
Harris again, driving up. Oh, Jordan Harris!
Those strikes. You don't see their interior defense open up this solidly.
Turned over. Rizzolo's out in front. Rizzolo driving hard and shoving it in. What a play by Joe Rizzolo! And at the other end, he jams it in, and it actually doesn't spring back into shape as he's swinging on it.
Now all podcasts across the BBL so informative, aren't they? Stolen by Teo. Kalen round the back pass. Teo with a throwdown. Gino just struggling to get going. Didn't have a great game last night, but he did come out with that big play at the end.
20 seconds now. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Double team. Aliu backdoor slam! Oh my goodness! Hell of a jam. Pavilion.
I was going to say that Leicester Riders have been quite, it's what I'm looking for. Yeah. They look very disjointed at this moment in time. Manchester have stepped up the pressure.
Oh, what an incredible play from Fraser Malcolm.
Oh, break the hearts with a win. Armstrong all the way. Blast by Del Pez. They still have it. That's it. Bristol win. Oh, what a classic. There was the block. What a classic as the Giants.
So, 7-point lead for the Gladiators, and the man leading the way for the Gladiators is Princeton Onwas, and he's talking to Jason.
I always try to get someone from the other team. Good. Okay, I have Princeton Onwas with me, formerly the Westchester Knicks, Princeton, and your first year in the BBL. First of all, how are you finding life over here?
I love it, man. Scotland's a beautiful place to live. Amazing people, amazing league. Just happy to be here.
And your fingerprints are all over this one. You're either assisting, you're scoring, you're at 14 points so far, and you put your stamp on this game. What's it going to take for you guys to keep going and defeat this Manchester Giants team?
Just continue with personnel. You know, they have some pretty good guys on their team. Just continue to follow the scouting report, play hard, and we'll see what happens.
And one of the things we saw over at the sideline is you guys really make the extra pass and you share the ball well, resulting in 61% three-point shooting. Can you keep that going in the second half?
We'll see, man. You know, it's a team sport. Extra passing, we practice that almost every day, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, best of luck and thanks for treating us to a great first half, Princeton. Thanks, man.
So there is BBL action elsewhere tonight. Bristol are taking on Leicester at half-time. It's 43-41 in favour of Bristol. And up in the northeast, we have Newcastle against Surrey. And still playing in the second quarter, but it's an 8-point lead at this stage to Newcastle. More action, of course, tomorrow. In the trophy, Plymouth take on... very good question. Who do they take on? They take on the Saints. And then more BBL action on Sunday. Caledonia against London. Manchester against Bristol. And Cheshire against Plymouth. So as you said, some phenomenal shooting from the Gladiators, 61% from three-point range. And two-point range, Giants leading the way slightly. Free throws pretty even. But it's the three-point shooting, really, which has been the difference, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's not only the 61%, it's the correlation between the 14 assists and the 61%, and that's no coincidence. You know, Gladiators moving this basketball and always, especially coming off high ball screens, look to kick it, especially to his left side. And Princeton Onwas and Bailey have been so influential, and Sloan have been so good in making those things happen. So for guys like even Baldwin to have open three-point shots has not been something that's come, you know, by surprise, as they, you know, move to 14 assists, and great team basketball in this first half for the boys in blue.
So I know you spoke to Princeton on screen. Did you get a chance to talk to anybody else off screen?
I didn't, but, you know, shout out to Princeton Onwas. You know, the guys want to warm up at half time, and there I am just saying, can I get an interview? And he's willingly come over, and, you know, what a great first half he's had. 14 points personally, but all the other little things he's done in terms of going at William Lee and forcing double teams and kicking the ball out to open shooters. You know, he's been great in this first half. And you would expect that, really, you know, former Westchester Nick, you know, 14.7 points in the German league. He's already at that. 14 points tonight, and, you know, another great talent.
So Dirk Williams, 13 points in that first quarter, as efficient as ever. 66% from three-point range, 75% from two-point range, and as you would expect, 100% from the free throw line.
I thought he was great in the last home game, because I thought he scored when the team needed him to score at specific points, but even better in this one, as he's already asserted himself in the first half, and he's got that feel, and he's percolating his Dirk Williams going into this second half.
Bailey cutting to the basket.
And and right now, let's say the refs are human. It's an awful call. As Roberson catches that ball at its apex, and the thing that the players do well at times, and they don't get enough credit for it, and Roberson showing his composure right now is to just walk away and smile, because that's a bad one, but it's probably the only call we're going to say so far. So let's reverse it and credit the referees for keeping this game flowing up until that play, as we watched Roberson detonate that basketball as it's on its way up. And Ramon Fletcher looking over saying, call that foul, please. Is there another persuasive guy like that in the league? I think he's learned that from Nigel Lloyd.
Yeah.
Nigel Lloyd was one of the... If Nigel Lloyd wanted a foul, he just asked for one. I know Nigel's going to come back at me and say that's a little bit unfair, Jay, but deservedly so. Such a great player and deserved those calls.
Nice turnaround.
And the recognition by Tars Green was exceptional. Had the smaller Kyle Jimenez on him and said, take that, little fella, as he floated that basketball in. Not as many fans in the building tonight, Dave, as Manchester United are playing at home. And also we have a home game on Sunday, but the fans that were in here were quickly told to sit down by Bailey, and a nice tip by Roberson.
Bailey.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Hope we get a replay on that as soon as we can, as Ramon Fletcher dances with the enemy and throws that one right down the cut. What a play. An exceptional pass by Sloan too. Oh, that's a great play. And it's we see the play by Fletcher. Look at the ball handling and look at his sneakers squeak as he pulls that one up. Smooth as a fresh shave.
What would you know about that?
I love the response, Dave. Don't do that.
Jimenez, hand on it. William Lee with his first block.
William Lee says no, but Jimenez has done that twice as he's come up and disrupted play. And a chance for Roberson to dunk this one, but...
Interesting to see what was called there.
I think Omwas came over, tried to block the shot and, caught Roberson maybe on the side of the head or with the arm, but no intent by Omwas as he sportingly goes over and gives Roberson 5. We'll see on the replay, but the legitimate play on the basketball and just caught Roberson, who was in the air. So move on to the next play. No problem by two competitive guys.
Only been shooting 52% from the 54% from the line.
And you're not a guy to let guys get away with that, Dave. I noticed that with David Olf last year. You would never let that go, and I'm glad I wasn't shooting when you were around, Dave, on the mic.
Gino. It improved Gino tremendously.
That's a beautiful play by Caledonia as Jimenez flashed to the high post, and seldom do you see a guard do that, but right on point to Tape for the easy score. Oh, great move by Bailey as he comes up short, but split the defense and
all the hard work, and then it doesn't go.
William Lee right now on his first trip back has said, don't sub me out, I'll get a little bit of a break in play as he tries to get his second wind, as he did in the first half. And Giants not playing very well, but 5-point game is all to play for, so positive news for the men in green.
William Lee, 3.
And a positive sign, and I go back to saying the Giants being happy at half-time because General Lee had his second wind, and right now he's in a rhythm where he can make shots and he can make plays, and he's back now. Soon to be going out as Legend Roberton sits waiting eagerly to get into this ball game. It's a nice pass by Tape, and Jimenez splashes that one. How many times have we seen that over his short career? And good teams always have guys that can make shots, Dave, and Patrick Tape doesn't force that basketball as he kicks it out to Jimenez, and Jimenez, you know, Johnny Bunyan, Fraser Malcolm, Baldwin, all these guys on this Caledonia team, as we've seen in the first half, can hit the three-point shot.
Onwas picked up his third foul there. Fletcher.
And that's a bad shot. And in terms of him having to reload, should have took the first one and comes back down and takes the second one, which is often the wrong play. Look at the patience of the Caledonia Gladiators. You know, they'll move this ball right on point passes. Legend Roberton does a good job in moving Patrick Tape out, but the patience of the Caledonia Gladiators is there for all to see. But good defense by Legend Roberton as he does what he does and owns that paint.
Giants.
Tape with the foul.
And Tape is not happy, and the reason being is he feels that Legend Roberton did the same to him at the other end. But just as he was in there catching that basketball, Patrick Tape used his lower body to move Legend out, which will send him to the line. And one of the matchups I'm looking at now is Ramon Fletcher going against Sloan or Burns. This is a key matchup for me, as Ramon Fletcher has been taking games over at certain points in the second half. Sure, Caledonia will be aware of that and ready. But it's one thing being aware, and it's another thing being able to stop it, as Ramon Fletcher has been playing at a high clip.
Robertson hits both of them. Brings the game back to just 3 points. Burns tries to thread it through. Lewis off to the right.
It was a good scenario for the Manchester Giants as Ramon Fletcher made the right decision. Had Lewis and Williams both on the left side, and maybe that was a little bit too open for Nicholas Lewis. Maybe he needed a hand or two in his face.
Yeah, certainly not one of his better shots.
Yeah, irrespective of the outcome, it's just a miss. And you love that he makes up for it on defense. So one thing coaches love is if you miss a shot, go back down and make up for it on defense. And Nicholas Lewis doing a good job denying the ball.
Giants. Louder. Louder. Louder.
Oh, good hook shot.
And it's nice, he's done it twice. As he goes down the lane, established position, and Nicholas Lewis with another good defensive play. Apart from Sloan says no defense as he knocks down that shot. Beautiful shot by Sloan. Legend Roberton with the hook shot and established some great position.
Giants. Green. Lewis. Lewis trying to move away. Loose.
Legend Roberton is doing a good job. He's sealing in the post and he's wanting that basketball. Nicholas Lewis just didn't see him on that play, but he's all over the glass as well, and he gives the Giants an extra opportunity to run something out of bounds with 14 back on the clock.
Easy two.
Made it look easy, but a tough shot with a hand right in his face, and nice touch by Taj Green.
Sloan. Tapper able to grab the ball from Green.
Beautiful play, beautiful play. Oh, nice, nice.
Whoa.
Nice. So nice, I hope we get a replay and we can see it twice, because Ramon Fletcher with the vision as he goes to the left, and the vision to see people waving out of planes as he throws that one right up there, and Legend Roberton with the courtesy to throw that one south. Beautiful play by the Manchester Giants.
Brings it back to just 1 point with 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Yeah, Robertson not had that many minutes tonight, but he's having a big influence on the game.
And it's a key time of the game, so coming in now, you know, you're giving chance to William Lee to rest a little bit, and you know, no downgrade in terms of level of players. Roberton, 7 points now, and he's made tough shots. He's kept the ball alive defensively. He's been there, and right there he gives you the momentum bucket and booms one as Ramon Fletcher put that one right on the money.
Just to update you with what's happening elsewhere, Bristol up by 8 points, 54-46, with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
And Bristol, to me, is a dangerous basketball team, you know, in terms of being able to compete with the best. You know, they're coming in here on Sunday, and the Manchester Giants will want to get this one for sure ahead of the Bristol game, which will give them momentum going forward. But, you know, Bristol, for me, are an exceptional basketball team and playing a lot of guys who can score. Loving how Jelani Watson-Gale is playing at the moment. And Bristol have a good basketball team.
And the other game is Newcastle against Surrey, with Newcastle up by 8 points at half-time.
And I would expect that. I mean, Surrey struggling at points in the season, but Newcastle, you know, played well, especially in this building, and that game went right down to the wire as Javion Hamlet, what a talent he was, Dave, at the weekend.
Lewis finds Green. Miscommunication out of bounds. The Gladiators. Substitution for the Giants. Checking back into the game.
William Lee comes back in to replace Robertson.
It's a beautiful
Looking
shot.
at the options, decided I'll take it myself.
But I saw it all the way as he was looking round left to right. Had no intention of passing that basketball, and layup for Dirk Williams, and someone of his talent. And last 3 minutes of halves is Dirk Williams' time. And that's encouraging, and it's exceptionally encouraging as William Lee looked like he tweaked his ankle, which is a massive concern for him, but was able to get by and lay that ball up. Beautiful play by William Lee.
And Williams rolling on the floor after that contact.
Yeah, but any man knows that a shot right there, Dave, will keep you on the floor, so no worry for Dirk Williams. Will be a little bit winded, but definitely took one where it hurts as he comes up smiling. But you know, William Lee did tweak his ankle on that play as he goes out, and that's been the big concern for William Lee. And let's hope for the whole league that he's okay, and it was good to see him go by and drive and make that layup.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do.
Oh, great improvisation by Taz Green, and Dirk Williams will throw this one up, and he might even go in. Beautiful shot by Dirk Williams. And I said the last few minutes of each quarter of Dirk time, as he's stepping up, Sloan right back at you. We have a ball game.
I think Giants have only been in the lead 3 times. But that's the biggest lead they've had.
And this game is catching fire.
Robinson did enough.
The Giants come out of the right side of that last few minutes, and 15 seconds left. You would want the ball to be overloaded with Nicholas Lewis and the other dynamite shoer Dirk Williams on this side. Surely this ball will come left, but Ramon Fletcher decides that elsewhere. And why not, Dave? He's been the man of the occasion so many times at this point, and he wanted that basketball to go down.
So end of the third, Giants up by 3. Once again, good defense from the Giants, forcing turnovers and able to capitalize on the offensive end.
And I wasn't surprised that Dirk Williams made this shot. He has that. He has that ability to do these things. And, you know, Taj Green somehow got that basketball out to him. And, you know, Dirk Williams in nowhere to go, and just a glimpse of the basket, able to knock that one down. And Sloan has come back. Sorry, Burns on that occasion has come back and give it right back to the Giants. But Giants came out on top in that little rally. And I remember Fletcher knocking that one down, and with guys like Nicholas Lewis and Dirk Williams on the perimeter, other guys can get going because of the emphasis plays on the red-hot shooting of those guys.
So Glasgow scored 35 in the first quarter. Since then, they've only managed 37 points. Just the 19 in that third quarter.
I think, Dave, it's easy for us to sit on the side and say, well, they're not doing this and they're not doing that. The good teams recognise that in the moment. And for me, Caledonia has been their own worst enemy because they haven't moved the basketball. Yes, they're shooting still 54% down at three-point line, but they were on fire because they had easier shots in the first half because of the ball movement. Conversely, the Giants have shifted it, but when they become unstuck is when they stand. When they stand and they don't move the ball. And for me, Practice time, the Giants should be playing with a flat ball. Move that ball, keep moving so it doesn't bounce.
Let's
get everybody moving.
Giants ball to inbound.
If we take some air out of that basketball, Dave, you know, we may see both teams play better as both teams rely on pass and move and less dribbling. And maybe if you ask the referee right now, we can reach, look, we can take some air out of that ball.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think it was a good idea?
No.
No. Me neither.
For the Gladiators, you have Baldwin, Tape, and Onwas on 3 fouls. Robertson for the Giants on 3 fouls.
And this is nice from Manchester Giants as they move the ball. You know, no doubt they'll get an open look as Ramon Fletcher has it, his hands and fires, but you know, good ball movement for the Giants, at least 7 or 8 passes before that shot went up.
Malcolm with the 3.
Yeah, not surprisingly, short corner. Sorry, not the short corner. The corner ball from Fraser Malcolm. So that's his spot, so efficient from there. I'll be interested to see who the call is on, because Robertson going for that basketball and Fraser Malcolm unintentionally, I think, knocking him out of bounds, but really didn't want him to get to that ball. But this is where Robertson has been invaluable to this Giants team. You know, you've been without William Lee. Looks like he's going to take a seat for a while, and Robertson suddenly finds himself as one of the main guys, if not the main guy. So, you know, this is where he's been so effective over these last few games. Oh, great pass by Dirk. And Taz Green sends that one down. Beautiful play by the men in green. And Taz Green to finish that one. Giants didn't come up with that one, but not the way Caledonia played in the first half, as that ball seems to have been stuck. And Onwas sitting on the bench on 3 fouls. You know, how good is he for this team, Dave? Maybe it's no coincidence that he's not in there when the ball has stayed still. And once again, a forced jump shot by Caledonia, but
8 minutes left in the quarter, so you'd feel that they would risk bringing Onwas back.
Nice finish by Fraser Malcolm and pass from Burns, but yeah, you're exactly right. You know, Princeton Onwas can't sit there for too long, but at 79 apiece, you know, Coach Murray will probably go and look at around the 5-minute mark to bring his superstar back in. And Taz Green earlier in the season was making those shots, and he was in a rhythm. Well, good pass by Jimenez. It's a great pass. It's a great pass by Jimenez. He had a notion of shooting the ball and floated that ball just at the right speed. Underrated pass by the guard. Nice.
Whoa,
nice
slammed.
play. Nick Lewis with the in and out move and put that one on the money, and Taz Green said thank you as he booms that one.
Tied again. Jimenez
Oh,
again
great
dishing
pass.
off. This time Tape not able to slot it home. Misses the bunny.
And the energy of Taz Green on display for beautiful move by Fletcher as he goes left.
How many times have we seen that?
And the in and out move by Ramon Fletcher as he shakes his head. And you can enjoy that. And wow, this game is starting to really pick up momentum. But Ramon Fletcher shakes his head after that move. And you can go in and celebrate. That was a nice move, Ramon Fletcher. I think you know that. And this to me is where the Giants do at times become unstuck, as Roberson can get it done right there and then, but fool's gold as that ball needs to be kept moving. Both teams tired, Dave, right now, and you know, tired shots.
Tape doing the business.
Wow.
Well, as it's stripped away from him.
Anthony Roberson getting it done at both ends. Look at this play by Nicholas Lewis as he dances and gives that ball to Taj Green, and always ready to throw it down. Beautiful in and out move by Nicholas Lewis. And then Ramon Fletcher says, anything you can do, I can do it better, as he spins that ball out, throws it high off the glass, and gives Bailey, the giant killer, no chance to block that shot. What a game we have here, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite impressed with Tape. Oh! So close to the steal.
And it was as good as the steal.
So close to taking his head off.
Yeah, you're right. It was as good as the steal, because 4 Gladiators were out running as Onwas kicked that ball left, and Nicholas Lewis breaking up the play.
So Baldwin back in to replace Tape.
I'll be interested to see who is the main guy for both teams right here. It's been Ramon Fletcher for the Manchester Giants. Who's it going to be for the Caledonia Gladiators? And a good call, a late call, but who is it going to be? I would argue that Princeton Onwas is going to have a big say down the stretch in this game, but you know, coming towards the business end of the game, Ramon Fletcher is the man.
So Onwas on 14 points. Those 14 points actually came in the first quarter.
Really? That is exceptional. The reason it's exceptional is because he's played so well throughout.
So game tied once again.
Nice play by Roberton as he throws that one down. And the work was done before that basketball was delivered. How good has he been in terms of doing the simple things? The ball screen, the seal, sits down in the block. And I said in the first half, the closer he can catch that ball to the rim, the easier it is for him. And what a great job he's done in terms of backing his man down and dominating and bullying this Caledonia defense.
Again, good ball movement from the Gladiators.
And it is, and it's a good shot. And Princeton Onwas, yes, he didn't touch that ball for that long, but he's back out there and that ball is back moving. And right now, we have two good teams playing at an exceptional level, as here he goes again. He comes up short. Good defense by the smaller Baldwin. But this one's picking up pace rapidly. Oh, it's beautiful.
Gladiators by 3. Well, perhaps not the greatest shot, but you don't want to discourage him from doing it because we've seen him score them before.
Yeah, and that's the paradox in Nicholas Lewis, you know, able to make those shots, but he could get a better shot, and always wonder whether he should make those. Ramon Fletcher will get right at the defense here as he's able to get by Alec Baldwin and come back. A wizard with the basketball. Throws it left, and Nicholas Lewis will definitely take this one. That's a good shot as he comes way off. There's that man, Legend. And Alec Baldwin took a little bit of a hit from Legend Robertson, but all Legend was doing was pursuing the basketball. If we can get a replay on that, we've seen how effective this big man has been. As Robertson right there, first dunk, as he dunks that one through. But right here, all he's doing is going after that ball and bringing it up. Look what I found, as looks like a man playing on a 7-foot rim.
Yeah, we had the dunk contest at half-time. Very, very similar.
Yeah, and on a serious note, let's hope Baldwin is okay, as, you know, both guys playing really tough, and, you know, inadvertent elbows. Baldwin just had his head at the right point and caught that elbow from no one worse than Legend Robertson, a strong guy. And
I mean, they've shot the three incredibly well, haven't they? And if they could keep shooting the three, then you would feel that Gladiators can get back in. 1 point up with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. It all depends, I think. Can they keep on shooting as they did in that first quarter? Can they retain or go back to shooting that? Still shooting 55% from outside the arc. Certainly not quite as efficient in this second half as they were in that first half, but we have seen some big threes to keep them in the game.
Irrespective of whether they make those 3-point shots, they are going to get good shots, and I'll tell you the reason why. And the reason why is Jeremiah Bailey, Princeton Onwas, and David Sloan have conducted traffic. They've kept that ball moving, and that deadly three have always been able to attract attention. So Sloan with the basketball in hands, playing at his pace. Princeton Onwas, the star of the show, and Jeremiah Bailey are able to keep this Manchester Giants team on their heels. And all three are in this game right now. So the Gladiators will get open shots. The question is, can they be contested by the Manchester Giants? And will Manchester Giants make the right decisions? I would expect the ball in Ramon Fletcher's hands, but I would also expect Dirk Williams to start asserting himself right now, as there is no Nicholas Lewis out here, and William Lee looks like he isn't returning for this one. So all to play for in this 1-point game with 3:20 left, Dave.
And the guard you haven't mentioned is Burns, who has also managed to pile in the 11 points.
He has, and he's at times scored off his own, but he's been the beneficiary of great team basketball as well.
Giants on defense.
As we say, Sloan will conduct traffic on this right side, and they'll look to get the ball either to Bailey or Princeton Onwas, and moving the ball once again, and the Giants will be forced to go deep into this defensive set. Yeah, and we see the extra pass, and how easy is the bucket at the end, just because Caledonia Gladiators are willing to make that extra pass.
Tappe waiting patiently, expecting it to get to him, slotting it home. He moves up to 12 points. The 3-point shooting deserting the Giants.
But it's a contested shot. And can Ramon Fletcher make him? Yes, of course he can. And yes, he's able to provide scores down the stretch. But opposed to that one going to the bucket, the Giants are shooting contested outside jump shots. Oh, that's a great play by Ramon Fletcher, and could turn into an advantage on offense. Oh, what a play! Oh, they might wave this one off.
Offensive foul call.
They might wave this one off, and looked like the defense was moving, and Ramon Fletcher seemed to be going away from the defense, and The referees don't have the advantage of the replay, but Princeton Onwas, and the reason it's big is because call a foul on him there, he moves to 4 fouls. And there's no M1, so big play late on in this game. And there's the extra pass again, and there's him turning down, and there's the other extra pass, and Giants come up with a...
This time it is the 4th foul on Was.
Legend Roberton has the block there, and Giants able to come out running, but Princeton Onwas is a smart basketball player. I'll tell you why. This is a 3-point game with 1:58 left. The Giants had numbers there, and taking the foul and take it out of bounds. Exceptionally smart basketball player.
Williams has it stripped.
He does. Sloan will run this one back, and the easy two is Dirt got that one after it hit the glass, and
yeah, we'll just see that again. Ball knocked by 3 Gladiators making their way down court.
And Patrick Tappe was the thief on that occasion as he got his hands in and stripped the ball, and big play by the big fella. But I go back to this day, if the ball is being kept on the floor by the Manchester Giants, and the Gladiators conversely are moving this thing, and I sound like a broken record, but it's been the tale of the tape. And a 5-point game here with 1:38 left. Well, Caledonian Gladiators in the driving seat, and Coach Murray will have time to get his team in and re-emphasise what has been going well for them. And also the Giants will look to maybe come up with a quick hitter on this play, and if not, run some clock and get a good shot. Plenty of time.
Yeah, they're going to have to stop the Gladiators a couple of times, aren't they?
They are, and you need score, stop, score at least, to bring this one back in contention. But 1:38 is a lot of basketball left. People watching at home who think, oh, there's only a minute 38 left, who are not really familiar with this game. This is an eternity to play basketball, and most coaches and most organisations will have looked at, let's do scenarios, let's go 5 points down with 1:30 left on the clock. So you would hope the game plan for both teams is secure going forward.
So advance the ball.
It's a good shot, and it's a good shot because certain guys, that's a bad one and it's too early, but for Dirt Williams, more than capable of living in the moment and making big shots.
So 2-point ball game, 100 seconds remaining.
This is where Princeton almost will look to shoot. Like how he knows the magnitude of the game and steps up and he's willing to take that shot, but gives Ramon Fletcher and co a chance to tie this or go one ahead. Beautiful pass by Ramon Fletcher.
Short.
Robertson capable of making that shot. Will Bailey, what a smart move. Caledonia can probably go 2 for 1 right here, and smart move by Bailey, and they've played that smart all game. 3.9 left, enough chance to get a good shot as the timeouts are called, Dave, and no rush here from out of bounds, but big time shot by Dirt Williams.
Glasgow with the timeout. Williams with 22 points.
So
leading all scorers.
So right now, the worst thing can happen for Manchester is that a foul is called. 3.9, you contain and trust in your defence. Maybe you have to switch on inbounds. Maybe Glasgow will definitely run some kind of on-court screen action. And what you don't want is guys to slip to the bucket, because any slip to the bucket will result in a two-shot game going against Manchester. So Glasgow in the driving seat right now, even though there is 3.9 left. And what you don't want is guys to bite on fakes and foul. This is also a strength of coach Gareth Murray. You know, we remember him playing for Scotland against England back in, I think, the Commonwealth Games, where the last play he laid the ball up, anyone who remembers that, was an out-of-bounds play that was run to perfection, and he was involved in that. And he's very, very good in these situations as both a player and a coach. So I wouldn't be surprised if Caledonia get an open look right now.
Callum Jones come on for the Giants.
And apologies to remind all England fans that Scotland did beat England on that night. And there it is. Oh, Giants catch a break, but right there is everything that Caledonia wanted. Patrick Tape seems to have made every single one of those he's had, and a great play run out of bounds. And Giants, credit to them for keeping fighting and keeping that ball going their way.
So 30 seconds remaining, 2 points down. Not enough to just take the final shot. Quick shot. And then foul.
A good shot. Has to be a good shot. I mean, if the quick shot is the right shot to take, and I'm thinking along the lines of Ramon Fletcher and Dirk Williams, capable of making those shots, if it's the right shot to take, then yes, the quick shot is the answer. However, plenty of time left. Even if you have to run the clock down and score and trust in your defense for maybe the last 10 seconds of the game where you're going to have to play defense. But such a big 30 seconds in terms of the season. The Giants really, I would say, need to win this basketball game. They've put themselves in a position against a strong Caledonia team to get this one done. On the other end, Caledonia will be thinking, we can get this one and we can get out of here, and it will also be a massive win for them. So such a big 30.5 left in maybe this BBL Championship, season. Who knows?
Elsewhere, Bristol up by 2 with 3 minutes remaining, and Newcastle up by, I think it was 15 in the third quarter. 13 in the fourth quarter. So, Fletcher.
And it's the right shot.
Oh, three.
And it's the right
Gives
one.
them the lead. 16 seconds remaining.
And it is the right shot. And we did speak about if it's Dirk Williams and Ramon Fletcher, the earlier the better. And Ramon Fletcher holding that basketball. Look how Dirk Williams went away from the play. Good screen by Legend Roberton. How many have we seen called illegally this time? Legend Roberton with the great screen. And Dirk Williams fires that one right between the eyes. Beautiful shot by Dirk.
So Giants only on 2 fouls, so they have got fouls to give.
Beautiful play by Dirk Williams, and how good has he been in the last few games? Pardon the pun, but he's been dirking and diving.
22 points, shooting 80% field goals. including 6 from 7 from three-point range.
And looking at the recruitment over the summer, it's one of the reasons they brought him here, to make big plays and make big shots. And Callum Jones may be entering the ball game, and the reason being for on-the-ball defenses.
And just looking at the Giants players as they came on court then, smiles from all of them.
And you're going to smile. You're one up. However, 16.8 left. Callum Jones will need to deny this basketball from Onwas as Sloan comes off the high ball screen. He gets a lane. It's a beautiful play by Taj Green as he blocked that basketball, and this one's over. Beautiful play by Taj Green.
Let's just see if we can see that last play again. Driving to the basket, blocked out. Giants take it by 1. You would not have expected Sloan to have not been getting that up there, but he was forgetting that man Green coming in. Third block of the game. Giants take it by 1. Coach Murray not particularly very pleased about it. There's 1 or 2 words with the officiating, as does Sloan.
And we're going to hopefully, I know we've had 1 replay, hopefully we're going to get another one. It's the last few plays of the game we're looking at, but the key 2 plays are the big shot by Dirk Williams. That one was a big one, but the one later on in the game, as he dirked and dived off this ball screen, he threw that one right down the hatch, and that put them up by 1. And then we're going to see this next play, and the question is, was that basketball on the glass? We're going to look at Dirk's shot one more time. But this next play is the one for me, Dave. Was this one on the glass? We will see right here. No, it wasn't. Taj Green got that basketball in the nick of time. And give that man some credit as he detonated that shot right at its apex. Beautiful play by Taj Green right at the end, and credit the referees. It's the right call.
So Giants take the game and move above Caledonian in the BBL table. Leading scorer tonight, not surprisingly, with those 3-pointers towards the end, Dirk Williams with 25 points, 6 from 7 from three-point range, 81% field goal. He's been supported by Taj Green with 16. 16 points from Green and 9 rebounds. And Anthony Roberson with 14 points and 10 rebounds for the Giants. For the Caledonian Gladiators, you had Princeton Onwas with 16 points, 14 of which I say came in that first quarter, so quiet after that, but was still having a bit of influence even if he wasn't piling the points in. And you had Jeremiah Bailey with 14 points, supported by David Sloan 13, Patrick Tape with 12, and 2 crucial injuries, one aside, one for William Lee and one for Oscar Baldwin, which will have had perhaps a little bit. Now, Jason Swain's talking with Dirk Williams.
I have Dirk Williams after another great game, a 1-point win, Dirk, and you've trekked the fans to some close games, but that 3-point shot was, I mean, what was going through your mind right there?
I was just like, if I seen an opening, I was going to shoot it. I already had it in my mind. Thanks to the coaches, they wrote down a great play, and we was able to execute at the end.
And pardon the pun, but you dirked and dived to 25 points tonight, and the big reason was you got going in the first half. Was that a mindset you came out with tonight?
Yeah, I just wanted to come in with the right mindset and just be poised. So I just want to come in, be poised, stay relaxed, and I think I did that here tonight.
And we might look back at the end of the season and see that you've just leapfrogged this Caledonia team. This might be a big one in the race for the championship at the end of the day. Who knows?
Yeah, we got a big opportunity to get ourselves and climb back up in the chart. So we're just going to take it one day at a time, one game at a time.
And Bristol playing Leicester. I'm not sure how that one finished, but it was exceptionally close also going down the stretch. They're coming in here Sunday. What will it take to beat that team?
Obviously, it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of rebounding, just pretty much just play hard. Bristol's one of those scrappy teams that play real hard, so we just got to come in and master their intensity.
Okay, we've been used to seeing Dirk Williams make big shots, but no bigger one than that one tonight, Dirk. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. How's the sun?
Jason mentioned about the Bristol-Leicester game. There's about a minute to go in that one, and it is still Bristol up by 1 point, 85-84, so they certainly won't have had an easy job on a Friday night taking on that Leicester team, and obviously they're back up here now on Sunday to face the Manchester Giants. So I think we'll take our leave and see you hopefully on Sunday. From all of us here at the National Basketball Performance Centre, good night.
What's in a name? It's legacy, it's history, it's respect. And this season, names become legend. This is passion, this is power, this is our culture. This is Newcastle, Bristol, Caledonia, Sheffield, Plymouth, London, Manchester, Surrey, Cheshire, Leicester. This is basketball. So know our passion, our power, our culture. Know our name.